Boozman.
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here. We appreciate your frankness and, again, your willingness to work with Congress. I'd like to talk to you quickly, because we got the votes in a few minutes, but about the backlog of operations on the McClellan Kerr Arkansas River Navigation System, which I know you're very, very familiar with. Currently, we have an estimated $153 million backlog. $140 million of that is classified as critical by the Corps. As you know, failure of any one of these components could severely impact the system and even cause it to shut down, which would be devastating to our farmers and the people that depend so much on that. So I guess what I'd like to do is see if you could look closely. We'd like to work with you, perhaps have a meeting, visit with you, or whoever you feel like is appropriate of your staff, and see if we could, again, for those that are so very critical, I think there's 20 critical maintenance needs that there's a 50% chance of failure in the next 5 years. Visit with you all and see if we can somehow get those included in your work plans that are coming up in the next year or two.
Senator Boozman, I'd be glad to get with you, but get some members of my team together that knows what they're talking about. But my biggest concern right now on the McClellan Kerr is the Three Rivers.
Yes.
Now,
that's another.
I was down there probably 6 years ago, and that's a crucial, critical point in that navigation system.
And that's a failure of not if, but when.
Absolutely,
that's
sir. May I suggest something to you? May I suggest that you, before we meet, may I suggest that you have that colonel, that district engineer, come up and either brief you or be at our meeting?
No, for sure. And he's really, again, your team is good about, the colonel, his staff are really good about helping us with that. And, and I understand exactly what you're saying. That's a critical area also. Another area that we'd like to work on is going to a 12-foot channel, which would make it such that you haul 40% more product. We talk a lot about the environment, trying to, to be efficient and not use as much fuel. So that makes all the sense in the world. So hopefully we can get together in the not too distant future and again talk about some of these things that really are critical. I have great interest. I know Senator Inhofe has great interest in the project that you mentioned, Three Rivers. The other, just the maintenance on things that are likely to fail in the next 5 years, and then this 12-foot channel that we've been together fighting the delegations for many years.
I'll be happy to meet with you, sir, anytime. Just let me know.
No, we appreciate that, and I really do appreciate that attitude which you've exhibited, not only for the committee but for Congress. That's very refreshing. Something else that's come up is the discussion about reorganizing the Corps of Engineers. Can you talk a little bit about that? The administration, I believe, is preparing to release a report to satisfy Executive Order 13781, recommending restructure of the Corps of Engineers. Can you take just a minute or two and talk a little bit about what's going on with that?
Senator, I don't think it would do any good for me to take a minute or two of your time, because I haven't seen any preamble on that or anything yet. And for me to sit here and talk about it would be guessing. Hopefully it will, when it does come out, it will be similar to the one federal decision, that it will be a direction for all the agencies. Hopefully some of this is. But as far as what he intends to do with individual agencies, and this order, by the way, I do know this, it's for it's for all the agencies. It's not just for the Corps. He and his team are looking at all the agencies that serve him.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you and your staff, your willingness to serve. Thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Chairman.
sir.